Welcome everyone to the Trident technology demonstration this afternoon. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Trident industrial inkjet technology. And if you do have a kid, you know who Bob the Builder is, right? If you watch TV, you know who Tim the Toolman Taylor is, right? I'm going to introduce you to Ike, the inkjet guy. Now Ike works at a factory, a company. It's like most everybody's factory. It has two parts. It has the offices and it has the factory. Now Ike wants to put inkjet into his factory, so he goes to the office and he brings some of those inkjets into the factory, and what he finds is that they're not working very well. He's constantly throwing them away, throwing them away. It's costing an arm and a leg. So he's trying to figure out why is that? What's the difference between a factory and the office environment? Cleanliness and dust. Industrial applications are dirty. It's a nature of the application. That's what industrial means. It's a mess. So what Ike does is he does a little search to find out some more information. He's a little bit of a slow typist, so please bear with him. And he searches on Google for industrial inkjet. He's still very slow typist. And what he comes up with is Trident industrial inkjet. So he calls up Trident at their website. He asks Trident, well, why do my inkjets clog? It's a good question. Trident says, that is a picture of a human hair magnified about 50 times. What I've got here, this is a USB microscope, and this is a Trident print head. And that's a screw hole. And I don't know if you can see it in the back, but those little dots, those are the orifices. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now compare that to the size of a human hair. What that means is that the orifices are very, very small. And it's easy, it's just in a dusty environment, they will get clogged. It's the way it works. Obviously, Ike's next question is, what do I do? If it's going to get clogged, what am I going to do? Well, the first thing to do is look for a system that has automatic maintenance. You can see here's a simulation of a clogged print head and then after the automatic maintenance. And what it does is it's a hands-free operation that takes just a little bit of ink, flushes out the face of the print head, and takes away all the debris. So it takes away the chance of wiping more dirt and dust into the orifices, and it's fully automated, so you don't even have to think about it. The Foxjet systems have that built into their newest Trident-based systems. Now, of course, Ike's been throwing away disposable print heads for a long time, and he says, what the heck can I do I don't want to throw away all my print heads. It's cost me an arm and a leg. He says, so Trident says what you ought to be looking for is a serviceable print head. This is a picture of a Trident print head showing the various components, and what they do is they come apart. This one doesn't have any of the screws in it, but they can come apart, and you can put it back together and swap out the front, the clog part, and put the new one back on. What that does is you're not spending tons and tons of money on new print heads. You're using the same print head over for a much, much longer time. In particular, Trident print heads are not inexpensive. They're industrial print heads. You can see this is a cost comparison. When you buy a Trident-based system, it starts out a little bit more expensive than a disposable system, but very quickly, even with some extra little cleaning cost thrown in there, very quickly you'll see it crosses over and becomes much less expensive. Just for reference, 3 years is the warranty on the Trident printheads right now. Of course, if you're able to keep the head going, you want a printhead that lasts a long time. Office printheads, usually this scale is from 2 billion to about 100 billion. Office inkjet's around 2 billion firings. What we call industrial inkjet is up in the 50 to 100 billion firings. Now, most people, billions of firings, what does that mean? I'll skip through all the calculations, but in a normal 2-shift operation, you could get to 1 billion firings in about a month. So very quickly, you're up to 1 billion firings, and if you have a disposable head, and it can be very quickly, you're done with the head. So, what did Ike, the inkjet guy, learn from talking to Trident? Anybody? Anybody? Well, I have some incentives. What he found out was that, number one, he needed to have a repairable, serviceable printhead. He needed to look for something that had the automatic maintenance built into it. And he also needed something with very long life, very durable. Basically what he needed was industrial technology. So, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, I can look at the USB microscope. I can show you some printheads. Be happy to. Appreciate your time.